Yeah, organ donation can have massive impacts on people. It can really sort of change their lives for the better, really. Obviously, there's people waiting for heart transplants, lung transplants. That these are life-saving sort of interventions. Receiving these organs. People are waiting for kidney transplants, and equally, that saves lives, but it really changes lives as well. It's a very difficult position for families to be in. It's obviously a very sad position. And it's hugely emotional, lots of emotions being involved. And our specialist nurses for organ donation are there to help people work through that, so that really the best outcome for everyone can happen.
It's really important to talk to your loved ones about organ donation, and it just takes 2 minutes to sign up on the organ donation register. Those 2 minutes could make a massive difference for many people's lives. You could save up to 9 people if you become an organ donor.
I think organ donation has improved as a whole, and our numbers are definitely going up. So I think last year we did about 130 transplants in Leicester alone. I'm proud of the service, full stop, whether it's the donor nurses, whether it's us, whether it's our patients. I think as a whole we work in an amazing team.
Yeah, so in 2009 my mum experienced a hemorrhage. Doctors told us that it was so major that she would not wake up. She was a devout Sikh. She was extremely generous in her life, very, very giving, especially to myself and my brother, her children, and my father. We decided in her memory to donate 5 of her organs, because 5 is a very significant number in the Sikh faith. So she had excellent eyesight, which we were all very envious of, because we have very bad eyesight, the rest of us. So we donated her eyes, and we donated her heart, her liver, her kidneys and her lungs. So we'd never thought about it beforehand. We'd never discussed it. We'd never really discussed death and dying, as most families, whatever cultures they come from, the focus is always on the now and the living. And it was the same for my mum. She didn't want us to talk about death or dying ever. But when she was in hospital and we knew she wouldn't wake up, some of the nurses spoke to us at that point. And then my father and us, myself and my brother, we discussed it as a family. And we thought, for us, it was the right thing to do, really.
One element of our role is to promote the subject of organ donation. That would be within the hospital, but also within the community. So we would set up stalls within the hospital or at community settings. We've recently had a stall at Freshers Week at De Montfort University, and we would be trying to promote the messages.
Over 500,000 people will die in the UK every year. But there's actually less than 1% of those people that will die in the circumstances that can make them an organ donor. When you are on the intensive care unit, the doctors and nurses will do everything they can to ensure that you make it home. But when that's not possible and there is no more treatment that we can offer you to make you better, that's when we would look as organ donation to be an end-of-life pathway.
There are currently 28 million people that have opted in the UK to be an organ donor in their end-of-life care. That still leaves an awful lot of people that we don't know what decision they would want. And what we want is for them to talk to their families and tell them what do they want to happen. The organ donor retrieval operation is super special, and because it is about saving lives, we want to take a minute at the start of every operation to thank our donor and our donor families for the selfless gift that they're giving. This involves a moment of honour where all of the theatre team stand and remember the gift that they're giving before we commence. This is your opportunity now to register your decision on the organ donor register. Log on to www.organdonation.nhs.uk and tell us what you would want to happen.